Conservative media viewers, what's going on? It's me, John D. Villarreal, the four-time national champion, and Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. Oh, we are just loving this whole situation with LeBron James and the Miami Heat, and LeBron James, Paul, going off and just scoring so many points. And we had my video on it, reacting to it, and your video with the report and your analysis of the game. And now I want to spit it forward. We want to look forward to Game 7. This is the final game of the Eastern Conference Finals. This determines who goes to the NBA Finals to face Oklahoma City. And oh my goodness, this is going to be incredible. But, you know, I want to touch on a couple things right here before I turn it over to you. One is, in the post-game press conference, LeBron James was talking about he is going to do whatever it takes in Game 7, basically, in my personal opinion. This is a paraphrase. It's my personal opinion, all our personal opinion only, not alleged facts, and cast Spurs, own fair entertainment purpose. Please check disclaimers. But LeBron James basically saying he's not going to have any regrets. He's not going to have any regrets. That he's going to go out there and give full effort from minute to minute and do the whole situation right here. And it's coming down to South Beach. And this is the whole, and the look, we saw he didn't have any regrets tonight. 45 points, dude, 15 rebounds. I mean, and didn't even play the whole game. And then Dwayne Wade was up on the podium at the post-game press conference. Someone asked him the question, Dwayne Wade, was this the best you've ever seen LeBron play? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Dwayne Wade, woo! I mean, think about that, dude. D. Wade was basically saying this is the best he's seen LeBron play. How much better can LeBron get? How dangerous is LeBron now in the playoffs? I mean, I think that the haters of LeBron have wakened a sleeping giant in this Miami Heat team led by LeBron James, Paul. And I predict that the Miami Heat are going to win in South Beach in Game 7 on Saturday. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, this was the game in which Boston had the opportunity to close it out on their home court, and Miami just came out, particularly LeBron, and just stomped all over that idea. And we were watching the Dwayne Wade post-game press conference, and he's like, yeah, LeBron had a locked-in look that I've never seen before from him. You could see it. The camera caught him at one point kind of looking up, and just how focused he was. Look, Boston, again, it's a one-game scenario now. It's like the NCAA tournament. Boston come out and shoot hot. Miami could come out and shoot poorly. But the overwhelming favorite now is the Heat, without a doubt. This reminded me tonight of Game 4 in the Indiana series. Miami had their backs against the wall. They had to do well, and they did. And after that, the tide turned. So I know Boston is a championship-level team. They're going to come out. They're going to play hard. I'm sure Rondo will be geared up fully, and so will the entire team. But it's a quick turnaround. They got to fly down to Miami. That crowd is going to be fully pumped up, and I think that it's Miami's in their control now.
I feel like Miami's got the control. I feel like LeBron really has the confidence. I feel like he made an enormous statement to the entire NBA tonight and all the fans all around the world, quite frankly, with this legendary, I'm just going to say it right there, this was a legendary performance from LeBron James, okay? And in fact, you know, I think Dwayne Wade spoke to that. D. Wade said, yeah, now you see why he's the MVP, or something to that effect. It's MVP level performance or something like that. But look, LeBron and Dwayne Wade both said, like you're talking about, Paul, that, you know, you can't get too high, can't get too low. The next game's a new game. Anything can happen. It's one game. They have to be prepared. It's team ball. LeBron gave credit to, you know, all the 14 players there and everything like that. But I mean, I think this inspires people and leads them to pick up their game. You know, Barry was talking about this and you know, and the round table after the game, and I think, you know, this is the kind of thing that we need to see from LeBron. He went into full, you know, King LeBron, total basketball mode, in my personal opinion. I mean, this was just unbelievable. So, I mean, I love what I saw tonight from LeBron. Super Saiyan power levels or beyond, okay? This was definitely over 9,000 type of situation for the Dragon Ball Z fans out there. And so, you know, I feel like LeBron is going to do what he needs to do. That Game 7 is going to be a continuation in terms of LeBron of this Game 6, because now you have to feel like you have the momentum. You're at your home court. You've been able to go there and face it. Like you said, Game 4 was a total, you know, turning of that entire series against Indiana. And Indiana was never the same team after that. I think that's what we saw here in Game 6. And I think right now LeBron can taste it, dude. They can taste it. San Antonio's out. And I'm sorry. I feel like, no disrespect to OKC, but I feel like, the Miami Heat are going to match up better, especially after this kind of performance, against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And if you're LeBron, you can just start feeling that ring on your finger for the championship and that whole situation. And, if LeBron wins that first championship, Paul, all bets are off. And now you've got Chris Bosh back, dude. And Chris Bosh, let's talk about the impact Chris Bosh had in this game right here and what he's going to do for Game 7, Paul.
Yeah, what Chris Bosh does, and this was evident as soon as he came back, I think in Game 5, even though he's not putting up big numbers, he does two things really important in this series. Number one, just because of his height, he's getting rebounds. Boston is not a good rebounding team. In fact, they're one of the worst in the NBA based on the season statistics. And Bosh is gobbling up rebounds, and that is absolutely critical because it's giving Miami more possessions and Boston less possessions. That's number one. Number two is he is spreading the floor on offense for the Heat. What I mean by that is we saw earlier in this series, and still I think tonight some too, that the Celtics are doubling Dwayne Wade whenever he has the ball. Well, having somebody like Chris Bosh in can make that strategy very ineffective because Chris Bosh is so good at hitting a mid-range jumper, 15 to 18-foot jumper. And so if you can do that, if you have somebody like Ronny Turiaf in the game, somebody like Pittman in the game, because they don't have that jump shot. But you can't do that with Chris Bosh. And so he was making it more possible for LeBron and Dwayne Wade to get to the hoop, to just face single coverage, and that was huge in this game, and it's going to be huge going forward for the Heat in Game 7, and if they're able to get past Game 7 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. What you said about the Thunder, we talked about this before the Western Conference Finals. We both agreed that the Spurs would be a tougher matchup for the Heat than with the Thunder. Look, the Thunder are playing great. They've found their confidence. They've definitely got their full confidence going right now. That makes any team better. But the thing that the Thunder don't have, that the Spurs have, and that the Celtics have, is they don't have that experience. They're young. They haven't been to the finals before. So you can get, your eyes can get big and all this type of thing. When the two teams, when the Thunder and the Heat played this season, the first time that they met, Thunder crushed the Heat because they did some things on offense that exposed some weaknesses in Miami's defense. But the second time around, Miami made the adjustments and they crushed the Thunder. So it'll be a very interesting matchup, and look, we'll see. I mean, we'll talk about that more certainly if and when it happens, but I do like the Heat at home in Game 7. Look, LeBron answered all the critics tonight, and it was great.
Let's talk about the confidence of the Boston Celtics and how they're going to be able to bounce back if they're able to bounce back. I mean, Rondo led that team and he was doing his thing. But in some ways, in my personal opinion, Paul, Rondo's aggressiveness on the court in this play, in my personal opinion, in some spots may have worked against him in that, yes, he was driving, he was getting his points, but he also had a lot of turnovers. I mean, you talk about 7 turnovers for Rondo, and including 3 where he just, threw the ball to Nowheresville. I think, maybe he was trying to rush his game a little bit too much, and maybe that aggressiveness worked against him in this game.
Yeah, it's tough for Rondo because he has to do everything. It's almost like LeBron. I mean, he's the point guard. He's playing with teammates that are older and that are dinged up. Ray Allen still has the bone spurs. Paul Pierce still dealing with a sprained knee ligament. Kevin Garnett's 36 years old, and Avery Bradley is out for the series. So it's tough. I mean, it's a difficult thing for him. He did make some mistakes, but when you're getting pushed and pressed at the way Miami was putting pressure on Boston tonight, you got to take some chances, and it just didn't work out for him tonight. I mean, I thought in the first half, Rondo did everything that he was able to do to kind of match what LeBron was doing, but at some point the dam broke, and that was it. I mean, it just wasn't going to happen.
So let's get down to the prediction right now. I mean, here's what I'm going to say for this thing. I think this Game 7 is going to be absolutely incredible. I think it's going to be full blast. Both teams are going to come out there. Even D-Wade was talking about that. It's going to be knockout after knockout and all that type of stuff. Here's where I'm going at with this thing, and you tell me what you think. I think that the Miami Heat are going to score over 100 points. I think LeBron James is going to have over 30 points. I think that the final score is going to be a difference of probably at least 10 points, because what I think is it's going to be hard fought. I think both teams, it's all or nothing, right? You're going to be playing everyone as much as you can. All your stars minutes, are going to be maxed out for the stars in this thing, and I think that Celtics are going to come out strong. Miami's going to come out strong, but ultimately, I think Miami on the home court, particularly after the performance tonight of LeBron James, and I think it's going to be a continuation of LeBron James of what he was doing tonight. I'm not saying he's going to have the same level of night, but I think that obviously he has something, the momentum to build on. I think in the end, Miami's going to have too much, and in the fourth quarter, they're going to stretch this thing out, Paul.
Yeah, look, this is going to be one of two scenarios. It's going to be a very close game, or it's going to be a blowout. And if I had to pick between those two options, I think it's going to be a blowout. I think that Boston will hang tough, will do everything they can possibly do, maybe like the Spurs came out in Oklahoma City in Game 6, but I think eventually the crowd will affect things. The role players for Miami should play better at home. The shots that Mike Miller was missing tonight from 3, he'll probably hit in that game. And so I think it'll be a close game, maybe through that first half. I think Miami is likely to pull away in the second half, and it's just going to be a rout. That's my guess.
So what do you fans out there think? You guys tell us what you think right now. I want to hear from all of the NBA fans everywhere. I want to hear from everybody right now. Who do you think is going to win? Why? What do you think about this game? What lasting impact? How does Miami answer and keep this momentum going? How do the Celtics answer and try to find a way to win Game 7? Who do you think again going to win? And what about let's look forward to the NBA Finals. Which team do you think is going to match up better against OKC? Tell me everything that you want to talk about right now. We want to talk about this whole NBA situation. This is a huge thing. Game 7 is coming down on Saturday. It's a 1-game series. This is it for the Eastern Conference Finals, and who's going to face the Oklahoma City Thunder in the NBA Finals 2012. Give us comments below. Please subscribe above. I'm John D. Villarreal, the 4-time national champion. That is Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. We are concerned in the media. Please rate this video up. Also, please post to your social networking sites. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.